Well, good evening to you and welcome on this most perfect evening for a game of football. Conditions are absolutely splendid and the folk of this town have come out in their droves for this match. Why wouldn't they? It is an ideal circumstance for what could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. This game being played at Wembley Stadium, which is, in the eyes of so very many, the venue as far as football is historically concerned. And if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Gareth Bale, for me, has got to be the standout man. Renowned for his great pace, he also has a cracking shooting range, better than most, and he takes a very good free kick too. His passing quality, I think that's up there with the best as well, and he's a pretty complete and quite phenomenal package.
Okay, interesting. Finds himself eased off the ball. Ramsey, Ampadu, loses his balance and loses the ball. Looking to hit the front line. Oh, good interception. Gets the better of his man. Well, the defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Burak Yilmaz, Under, Burak, big chance! Goal! Turkey! And Turkey take the lead. What about that, Jim Beglin?
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and it all came good.
Turkey take the lead, 1-0.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Ramsey with a delicate ball. Well, they are working very hard to get it wide now, Jim.
Yeah, I think they've decided to concentrate on working the flanks to help the production line. It's where the room is.
He goes long. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did well to spot the run. He just didn't get enough behind it. It happens.
And it's Ramsey. Shot at goal! Oh, that's a fine save!
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra-sharp.
Under, he does have an assist to his name. Under. Yazici. Plays it out to the wing. Now the counter. Now it's Burak Yilmaz. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. Allen, hardly anything between the sides, and it's 1-0. Under tries to stroke it through. Yilmaz finds himself offside. Keeper sends it forward. Under tries to dink it in. Davis looks to bypass the midfield. And here's Burak Yilmaz. That intervention was very necessary. That's gone a long way up and away. Yazici showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Yazici. Look at the defender bombing forward. Massive leap! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Gets wrestled off the ball. And the half-time whistle goes. So there you have it. Close fought half of football. It's still had its moments. But ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, this team has found a real rhythm to their game. The players seem to have clicked well. There's good movement off the ball. The passes are sticking. No one's afraid to have a go.
Turkey come in, having established that lead. A game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. We're promptly into the second 45 minutes. Chance! And he's there to make a great save.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Not quite sure who got the final touch, but it will be another corner. Brings it forward. Davis. He's making good use of his strength there. It's a foul. Simple decision for the referee. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Whistle's gone. That's foul. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Goes direct to the front line. Well positioned to make that interception. Çalhanoğlu! It's off target and by quite a way.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Tufan. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Oh, shooting chance! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Turkey really putting a few chances together here. Taking one can only add to such good momentum now.
Yazici. A buccaneering run from the towering header. Oh, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Well, he certainly got to the ball well enough, but the rest didn't quite come off for him.
Time and again they are repelled. Lobs it in gently. Just brushed off the ball there.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And here's Burak Yilmaz. Mepham plays it forward. And it's Ramsey. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Burak Yilmaz.
Turkey are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
Yazici. Yazici! Oh, and that should have been two.
He got too ahead of himself there, thinking how he could have made things safe.
Davis is charging up on the... Has a hit! A real chance and a real let-off. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, he's run himself into the ground, hasn't he? And it's good to see that the crowd appreciate his efforts, because he has put in a real honest shift.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
Yazici. Almost there, and the players can feel it. Yazici! Great effort, beautifully taken.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
Looks to dink one in. A real chance if he can get through. Burak Yilmaz. He's there. Has a goal! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
Oh, the ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. And time is up. Turkey, hold on. It's a narrow squeak, bit of luck, some judgment. 1-0 the score at the final whistle. What are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, a result which owed much to grind and graft, Peter. Not the prettiest of wins, but a very professional performance, I would say. And a clean sheet, of course, is always very welcome.
That's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.